Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses, and this is, man, officer arrest fellow cop after disturbing incident with his child. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I found this dude named Bupak, man, RIP, and he's one of those people that catch the weirdos. He poses as someone online, and then he gets to, well, not anymore, he passed away. He used to meet up with them and pop their tires and smash their windows. If you want to see that, I think the Instagram is footage gang 248. It's pretty entertaining. Again, RIP Bupak. He was a hero in the community. He ended up losing his life a couple years back, I think during one of his catches. But anyways, man, make sure you like this video, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want me to do a video on next. Let's get into it, gang.
It was a young boy down on the ground on his back, being beaten and shoved back down and whipped.
Oh, wow. See, this is a little bit different. Yeah, this is pretty bad still, but let's get into it.
Then he kept punching him, punching him down on the back.
It's not like we spank our kids all the time and we're beating on our children. I mean, my husband's a police officer.
A family
That's
vacation
even worse.
takes a shocking turn in Naples,
And if you have to say that, then you probably do.
Florida on January 25th, 2025, when witnesses report a man striking a child in broad daylight. The situation takes an unexpected turn when authorities learn the suspect is an off-duty cop, and the child in question is his own 10-year-old son.
Corporal punishment is not illegal in the state of Florida, so if that's why I was stopped, I'm just going to leave my comments there.
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. As the sun sets, a Naples Police Department officer arrives at the scene, where witnesses claim they saw a man striking a child with a belt and tried to stop him from leaving. They wait nearby as the officer prepares to approach the man's white SUV, unaware he's no ordinary suspect.
And I will say this, bro. 10 years old is too old to be beating on your child, bro. If you don't have it under control by 10 years old, that's way too old. You already have little to no control if you still have to take it to that extent, right? Second thing I do want to say, I don't want to keep pausing this video, but if you do it, and if you're that comfortable to do it in broad daylight, dude, you do it a lot in public. I mean, in private.
Stay in the car. Get back in the car now. First off, on a traffic stop, you don't jump out of the car.
I'm a police officer. I apologize.
Well, then you should know better.
I apologize.
You have your license on you?
Yes.
Do you have a gun in your sack?
Yes, sir.
I don't want you to go for your gun.
We're not touching your gun.
Okay.
Trust me.
The man is identified as 55-year-old Philip Kennedy, who states that he's not only an officer with the Miccosukee Police Department in Miami, but also serves as an acting sergeant.
You know why we stopped you?
Yeah.
What's that?
The incident that happened by the pier?
Okay. Can you explain to me what happened?
What are you getting at? What do you want me to answer?
What happened, nigga?
You said that you know why I'm stopping you.
Well, I believe I know why, but I'd like you to tell me.
Okay.
An officer who just arrived at the scene heads over to speak with one of the witnesses in an effort to learn exactly what they saw happen.
So what'd you witness?
I witnessed a man beating a kid on the sidewalk with a belt.
Okay. And then he got...
Then he got into that car, and he's on the passenger side.
The kid is in the car also?
Kid's in the car also.
Okay. And are you willing to do a statement?
Yes.
Yeah, of course he is.
He's got a gun on him. He's a Miccosukee cop. You're probably the best. I don't have kids. You have kids?
All right, sir. You just do me a favor?
Yes.
Just step out of the vehicle.
Absolutely. I'll keep my hands where you can see them.
Mm-hmm.
I already told him I'm a police officer. You guys got nothing to worry about with me.
Right.
I'm not. I know you're doing your job. Put on the hood.
Oh. I'm just gonna remove the fanny pack.
Absolutely.
Right?
Man, you got on a fanny pack, nigga.
Right. You have anything else on you? Any other weapons or
What
anything?
do you have in the fanny pack?
While waiting at the vehicle with Philip's wife,
I'm always
Lisette,
curious.
an officer attempts to console her son, who is just 10 years old.
It's okay. We're just talking to your dad. That's all we're doing.
Is he gonna get arrested?
We're just talking to him. That's all we're gonna do. Okay?
All right, I'm just gonna get a quick search, right? But
It's just money, credit cards, paperwork, receipts.
okay.
You don't got no wallet in here? You got money, credit cards, and paper receipts, and a fanny pack, and a wallet. You got too much stuff on you, bro.
What happened today?
With all due respect, I don't want to answer any questions without having a lawyer present.
Okay.
The only thing I will say is, as a police officer, I'm pretty abreast in the law. Corporal punishment is not illegal in the state of Florida, so if that's why I was stopped, I'm just going to leave my comments there.
Okay.
With Philip unwilling to speak with police, officers must rely on witness statements to determine whether his disciplinary actions were reasonable or if they crossed the line. As witnesses recount what they saw, the details become increasingly concerning.
It was a young boy down on the ground on his back, being beaten and shoved back down and hit.
Juliet,
This
Alpha,
red
Victor,
belt
Oscar,
or leash
November.
or something. It was weird. I can't believe I saw that.
You had on a red belt? I'm pretty sure it wasn't a leash. They probably, I didn't see that there was a dog or here was a dog. So dramatic. You think he just had a separate spanking leash on him? That's weird. And it was red? Weird.
Like this, would somebody have to press charges? Would like the kid have to press charges?
It depends on
He's 10, bro. I don't think children can press charges. That would be the state.
the extent of what has happened, the injuries. Approximately how old was the child? If you had to guess.
He looked like 9, maybe 10.
Okay, so it wasn't like a 2-3-year-old that was getting whipped. Okay,
No.
okay.
I'm
not saying
make a
it makes
difference?
it right. I'm just saying it.
I know
Obviously,
where you're coming
contextually,
from.
it
Yeah.
makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does.
Do you know what we're waiting for by any chance?
It's been so much radio traffic, it's hard to decipher which is coming from where.
I got you. I'm just curious.
He's nervous. Hands out of your pockets, officer.
While waiting, Philip makes a sudden complaint, prompting action from the officers.
I'm starting to get chest pains. Would you be able to have a rescue check me out, please?
You want
Man, you wasn't getting chest pains when you...
mess out here?
Yes.
All right, I got you, man.
Thank you.
Is it sharp, acute, like just happened?
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I asked for the water, hoping, you know.
If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Do you have any history of chest pains or anything like that? Anything that like I should let EMS know
I've
about?
had chest pains before, yes.
You had chest pains before?
Of course,
Okay.
look at
The
him,
officer
bro.
calls for paramedics
Multiple
to evaluate
chins.
Philip, while another interviews the witnesses who initially called 911.
When he was hitting the kid,
Yeah.
how was he hitting him? Like,
Hard, very kind of.
right, but like, what was the motion of it? Was it overhead,
Yeah.
or was it like down here?
No, like this.
He was coming from over his head.
Like it, when you hit a dog, that because he's mad. It was
he-
very, very,
and-
very mad.
Okay.
Told the
Like you hit a dog. Nigga, you hit your dog? Take him to jail, too.
kid, don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, and you said that the kid fell to the ground,
Yeah, the kid fell to the
and then
ground,
he
and he went like
and the
this.
kid was covering up,
Yeah.
trying to prevent from being hit again,
Yeah.
and then he was hit again.
No, he did it one time.
Only one hit.
Yeah, only one time.
Police said, well,
You called the police because this man hit his child one time? Come on, man.
later explain exactly
not a
what
police
led to
matter.
such a reaction from Philip. For now, the paramedics arrive to assess his chest pain and express concerns over the young boy.
You want to come and talk to them?
Hi.
What's going on?
Chest pain.
That's kind of guilty is she having chest pains.
Okay.
If you didn't do anything, you wouldn't be having chest pains, I don't believe. This is a high-stress situation, bro. You handle situations like this every day as a police officer, and you don't get chest pains then, but now you're getting chest pains because it's on you. You did it.
I'm starting to feel back here. I've had,
Was there a second? Was there?
There's an allegation of him slapping or striking his kid.
Was the kid okay?
Yes. Somebody else is lead on it, but I don't think the kid's injured as far as any medical.
While one officer remains with Philip, another heads with the paramedics to speak to the boy's mother.
Man, you got all these resources out here, bro. Taxpayers' dollars. They got firefighters and the EMS here for your goofy ass.
Mom?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your son okay?
Yeah.
Okay. No injuries?
No.
So we're trying to figure it out. Corporal punishment in the state of Florida is all right.
Yeah, no,
As long as it hits certain criteria. So we're still trying to figure everything out because we got witnesses over here. We're talking to our sergeant.
All right. If you guys don't mind, before we go, if you can just put eyes on the kid and just let us know if it's good.
Yeah, I got you. I'll walk over there right now, make sure he's all good.
He'll soon speak with the child, but first the officer attempts to alleviate Lisette's concerns for her husband and learns what started the entire ordeal in the first place.
I mean, he's cognizant, he's fine. From what I can tell, he's with everything.
You know, all this big deal.
I understand.
All this for. Do you have children?
I do not have children, ma'am, no.
It's not like we
got a cat with a sombrero tattoo on your right forearm. I know you don't have children, bro. I know you. You better not have no kids with that damn tattoo. Get that covered up with a lion or something, man. What you out here doing, bro?
spank our kids all the time and we're beating on our children. I mean, my husband's a
he does. You might not, because that's not your job. He does, though, a lot.
police officer. I work in the medical field. We don't, you know.
I got you.
You discipline your children when you need to. We take phones away. We take money away. Like right now, he's only allowed to do karate because he gets bad grades in school. I mean,
I got you. Again, we're just responding to a call.
He gets bad grades in school? Now, I was taught that the public school system was designed. This is what I was taught now, and I did a little bit of research on this. The public school system was designed for white children, specifically, and children that come from a specific socioeconomic background, and as well as that come from a nuclear family, because those families are typically the most healthy and conducive for the psychology of a child's personal growth, right? So basically, only children with healthy households are going to do well in school. Children that typically don't do that well in school is a clear indication that there is something going on at home, whether there's abuse in the home, or whether there's not enough food so they can't focus, or there's much arguing so they're up all night and they can't sleep and they're traumatized, or they can't study because the bills aren't being paid, there's no lights, or the mom's on some kind of substance, or the dad's on some kind of substance. So not to say that the children just can't make decisions on their own and they just don't feel like studying, which is still like the parents aren't on it because they're not getting enough attention. So a lot of times, not every time, a lot of times when children are not doing that well in school is because they have an unhealthy household. The fact that this boy has both of his parents and they both have decent jobs, above average jobs. I don't know how much cops get paid, but I know they do a lot of overtime. She works in the medical field. She might be a CNA, but she contributes enough to the household, or maybe he pays all the bills and she gets to keep, whatever the case may be. If you have two parents, bro, you should have a healthy household and good grades. You have extracurricular activities, you have money and a cell phone and two parents, and you're still doing bad in school, and your dad just lost control and beat you up in public in broad daylight. Something going on in that house.
And like I'm sure your husband can attest to it too. He's been very cooperative with us.
No, he hasn't.
He's gonna be. He's been a police officer for 30 years.
So yeah, and you know
But this gives you anxiety because we've never been on this side of the law.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It doesn't matter if you've never been on this side of the law. It shouldn't feel that weird.
We're clean, decent people. We're actually on vacation.
Yeah, honestly, and like I said, we're just responding to something that we got.
And I even paid the guy for the thing. For
the thing?
What thing?
Well, what happened was there was a shovel in the sand. He found the shovel.
Okay.
Right. He started playing with it, and then we started calling him to come to the pier because we were leaving, and you know we were standing there watching him. and he threw the shovel in the ocean. And then the man told him, get in the ocean and get my shovel. He didn't know that that shovel belonged to somebody because he had found it in the sand. And the man goes, that's my daughter's shovel. Go get it. Can't go in the ocean. So we started calling him, and he told the man, I can't go in the ocean. It's too deep. So he started walking towards me. And when we were getting to the car, the man calls my husband, tells him, listen, your kid threw my shovel. I turned around, I go, how much is a shovel? And I give him $5, and I walked away. So I guess after that, then I guess that's when
that dollar was that shovel was not $5. It was $1. He got it from Dollar Tree.
somebody saw my husband spank him in the leg. That's what they're saying. I mean, that's what he said. I mean, and that was it.
Okay.
I even paid the guy the $5.
No, I got you. I got you.
Wait a minute now. You just told the whole incident and you gave details and said he spanked him on the leg. He didn't say anything. You are married to a police officer that has been a police officer for 30 years, over 30 years. You should know. Well, she just said this is her first time being on this side of the law, but you should just know. They separated y'all for a reason. And you just made that reason a good reason now. He didn't even ask you what happened. You just blah. You just threw it out there. The officer said nothing. And your husband said nothing. Now you gave a story. Now they have something to go off of.
Give me a couple bucks. I give him $5. It was an old shove on me. But all this over that.
Meanwhile, while the initial 911 callers reported seeing the boy struck only once, their statements conflict with other witnesses who were asked to describe the strikes.
How many times? Give me like a roundabout number.
5, 6, 7.
5, 6. Okay. And how did the kid react to being hit?
I think he was struggling and he was defending himself.
He was trying to defend himself.
And
so
the man beat him with the red thing in his hand, which was like a whip. But then he kept punching him down on the ground. So there'd be a whip and then a punch.
So he's whipping and
I don't believe that. Take her to jail too.
punching?
Yeah.
Okay.
At Philip's request, he's transported away from the scene by ambulance to be examined at a nearby hospital. With Lisette's permission, the officer questions the 10-year-old boy himself.
Oh my God. Yeah, she doesn't know anything about what she's doing right now. Let's see though.
Just outside their vehicle.
And they didn't need permission because he's not a suspect.
All right. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
You all good?
Yeah.
All right. Where'd your dad discipline you? On the bottom?
Yeah.
On the bottom? Everything all good, though?
Oh my God. We got 4 different stories.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, I just wanted to make sure you're all good. I saw you had some Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there. Yeah? You like Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
How long you been collecting, man?
For like 3 years.
3 years?
And
Man.
Pokemon.
And Pokemon? All right, well, who's your favorite Pokemon?
Charizard?
Blastoise.
Blastoise?
What? Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say something.
Blastoise is a good choice. I'm more of a
Great
fire guy
choice.
myself, so I gotta go. You ever heard of Blaziken? Karate chicken, I call him. Yeah, it's pretty cool. He said he was disciplined on his right bottom, or that's what he's like on my bottom, but he like pointed to this side right here.
Close enough.
But obviously out in public, that sort of thing, like EMS already left. I can't see any clear signs of bruising or anything on the kid.
Although witnesses and the family provide conflicting accounts, a detective is on the way to examine the boy firsthand and uncover the truth. Meanwhile, officers search for evidence that might corroborate the witnesses' claims.
And where's your husband's belt? Is that it right there?
He was wearing it.
No, that's part of your pocketbook. He had a red belt, right?
Red? Maybe what they saw red was this, my strap.
Is he still wearing the belt?
Yeah, he was wearing
I have
it,
no
bro.
idea. He probably would have been wearing the belt.
While waiting with officers earlier, Philip seemed to struggle with his pants due to not wearing a belt. It also isn't
Was he not
located in
wearing
his
a belt?
fanny pack,
Oh,
leaving
wow.
officers to question where it went. As the detective arrives to the scene, officers fill him in on what they've learned so far.
They watched the dad basically alternate overhand belt strikes and like punched him as well? Yeah, while he was on the ground. The kid doesn't say that, but that's what the first car says. Yeah.
After speaking with witnesses himself, the detective has a few stern questions for Lisette.
So you didn't see your husband?
Oh, I was with my daughter. I gave the guy the $5.
You said you saw him hit him one time on the leg.
So far, I have two witnesses putting you right behind when the incident happened, right behind your husband, kind of in view of what happened.
No, my husband and me were going the opposite way. The guy was coming like this.
And then, where's your husband's phone?
I don't know. They're looking for the bullet. I don't know.
With Lisette's permission, the detective speaks with the child himself and finally gives him a thorough examination.
This is sketchy.
Hey, turn around, buddy.
Oh,
you can put your shirt down. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to take one more picture
of
you, okay?
Oh, no.
All right, hop in the car for me, okay? The first couple, they said they saw something red, which is the hat. Because he said when he walked in, they threw the... They saw him throw it on the dashboard, so that's going to be a hat.
Yeah, I know it said a red hat. But...
And then the kid does have a
strike.
Yeah, he's got a welt on
you
his
see it
back.
right there?
Oh, damn.
And then this right there. So it was at least 2 hits.
So he took his belt off on some Pootie Tang shit and hit him with the belt in public in front of all those white people. What did you think was going to happen, nigga? And then he was so out of breath. That's why he was having chest pains, because that's the most exercise he's done in a minute. He was too tired to put his belt back on.
That hit him.
The family is escorted back to the police station, where officers search the family vehicle and find what they've been looking for.
Anything? Where'd you find that?
In the...
In the glove box?
Yeah.
Got him.
I don't know if that's the belt.
It's definitely a belt, though.
A little flimsy.
Reports state that the victim raised his shirt and showed 2 raised red marks on his back and ribs, matching the width of Philip Kennedy's belt. With the investigation complete, officers determined Philip's actions exceeded reasonable corporal punishment.
Came on vacation, left on probation.
And arrest him at the hospital, where medical staff attribute his chest pain to anxiety. On his way to jail, he remains cordial, attempting small talk with the arresting officers.
How long you been on?
I want to say like about a year.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to thank you both for your professionalism.
I appreciate it, man.
I respect.
No problem.
I respect.
Situation.
Yeah, it's really for everybody. I appreciate.
Man, I want to hear this cop talk. What happened?
It's been the other way around, so I know both sides.
Yeah.
It sucks.
55-year-old Philip Kennedy was later charged with child abuse without causing great bodily harm, given a bond of $10,000, and ordered to relinquish his firearms. On January 30th...
A bond? Not a bail. A bond of $10,000. They don't have $10,000. Well, you know what? They might. They both work. He had to relinquish his firearms. I don't know if this is this a felony? No.
Bond of $10,000 and ordered to relinquish.
Oh, that's a felony. Hold on, let me check real quick. Oh my God, Aaron Moses. Hey man, I'm a curious guy, man. Is child abuse without great He's cooked. He was, not is, he was a police officer for over 30 years. You know why I said it like that? Because what he's being charged of, say it again.
Causing great bodily harm.
Say the whole thing.
55-year-old Philip Kennedy was later charged with child abuse without causing great bodily harm, given a bond.
That is a third-degree felony. That is why his bond is the same cost of a 1-bedroom, half-bath house in Joliet, Illinois. Come on, somebody.
$10,000.
$10,000. He could have bought a house. He could have bought a house with that bond. But you wasted it on beating your child.
Ordered to relinquish his fire.
Is that what that says right there? F, my
great
bad.
bodily harm, given a bond of
That's probably not what that F stands for. It might though.
$10,000.
Oh, that's FL, Florida. Stupid.
Ordered to relinquish his firearms. On January 30th, 2025, Philip entered a plea of not guilty. On February 28th, 2025, Lisette filed an affidavit requesting the court dismiss all charges, as well as the court's no-contact order. According to media reports, the Miccosukee Police Department placed Kennedy on administrative leave while the case remains ongoing.
Administratively. What's this nigga's name? Philip Kennedy? We gonna do some research real quick. Administrative leave means they just put him on desk duty. Hold on, let me do some research to see where we at with this case. Okay, I found something. This is interesting. So look, this is what happened. They left a couple things out because I looked it up myself. Witnesses told Naples police officers that the child was crouched on the ground as Kennedy stood over him and beat him. Now, that lady was old, so her memory, and she was probably been drinking and all of that. Drinking some mimosas. You know how they do. So he was probably not alternating. He was probably doing something like that, right? He was probably using his hand to keep his balance. I don't know why people do that. I've never beaten a child, so I don't know. But he was probably holding out his hand just to get that, and then did it again, only 2. He probably did it more than that. He probably hit him on his legs, but like on his pants, right? But at the end of the day, so maybe it was like 3 or 4. He said 4 or 5, 6. He said up to 7. It wasn't like 7. Probably looked like 7. It was probably like 3 or 4. According to the report, the child was okay. Now that's not the point. Upon Naples office, I don't know why they left this out. You know why they left this out? Because they would have to charge him with a second felony. Upon Naples officers' arrival, Kennedy fled the scene of a crime. Kennedy fled in his vehicle. Oh, wait. Nah, my bad. Okay, but Kennedy fled it. See? I misread that. I thought they meant that I just saw fled in his vehicle. I thought they were gonna say that he ran from the police and they caught him later. Okay, my bad, Kennedy. My bad, man. I already accused you a lot. Kennedy fled in his vehicle as witnesses attempted to stop him. Why would you? Because they were calling the police. I'm not about to stop if I think you called the police on me. And they end up switching seats. Kennedy fled. Nah, they didn't switch seats. Kennedy fled in his vehicle as witnesses attempted to stop him, the affidavit reports. Okay, whatever the case may be. So yeah, no, this happened in January, and he's still on desk duty right now. So at the end of the day, man, I hope that little boy wasn't traumatized at all. But and I hope this doesn't go on enough to the point where he feels like he has to protect his father and all of that. But he's old, bro. You're too. If this is how you do your own child in public, imagine what you do to these criminals in these streets, bro. If you can't control yourself, bro, your son threw a shovel. A 10-year-old little boy threw a shovel in the ocean that he found in the sand. And his mom gave him $5. His ass was probably drinking too, man. But it is what it is. It's not what it's not. It's Aaron Moses. I'm the band, you the band, we the band together, man. Life is in the breath. Breathe it in. Peace.